Welcome. You also met him. That's our
salute Limuru and sit. And then
NYOTA is a program targeting the youth, and it is targeting youth from all wards in the Republic of Kenya. Each ward is supposed to give 70 youth who will go through the training. They will also go through internship. They will go through. They will be taken through training on on skills, on how to save, on how to make themselves better. And those ones who will be trained will be given a seed capital of 50,000. Yeah, 50,000. So you can multiply 50,000 by 70 per ward. You will get how much money will go to each and every ward. So it's a very ambitious program. It is funded by the World Bank. The money is available. The first phase is targeting 100,000 youths across the country, and therefore it is a very ambitious one. And the president told us, go and talk to the leaders about this program so that it can get support from both the political leaders, opinion leaders, and Ngao officers who are supposed to, from now henceforth, they will start talking about this in their barazas so that the people can be aware. We have over 26 million people who have now registered as SHA members, but the numbers of those ones who are contributing still remains low at about 3.5 million. We want more people, those ones who have registered, to also contribute so that they can become part of that insurance cover that is taking care of everybody else. We have a number of affordable housing projects that are going on in our county. We have a big one in Kikuyu. Is it Kikuyu or Kabete? I know there is controversy about that piece of land, whether it is in Kabete or Kikuyu, but I think it's at the border. It's in Kabete. Yeah, I know the history of that place. We also have affordable housing going on in Limuru, Roiro. The one for Kiambu is just starting. Yeah. So we have those ones which are happening, and we'll have many more in other towns, because we would ideally want to have some in Juja, to have some in Thika. These are houses to be sold to members of the public, and the PS Housing is telling us that he cannot now cope with the demand for those houses. The demand is so high. More than 3 times the houses he's building right now. He was telling us here, currently he is building 160,000 houses across the country, but the demand is like 3 times that. Now you can see the impact that is going to have. Then the Ministry of Livestock is going to put coolers in Kiambu County. There are 14 coolers to be brought in Kiambu County. I think it has been agreed where they will be taken. We can give you the details later on, especially for the MPs, so that you can know which one goes where. We have a lot of markets being built by Ministry of Housing. We have roads that are going on. Even my road in Gatheca was tarmacked, courtesy of Mheshimiwa. It's a road that we really wanted to be tarmacked for many years, but it has happened now and it is complete. We thank God for that road. Yeah, we thank God because we prayed for that road for many years and it has happened. In other areas, government is trying to see which other opportunities can be opened for the youth. We are working with a team that is looking at how we can open job opportunities for youth in the shipping lines. Yeah? And the shipping lines have a lot of jobs to offer. Okay? And the shipping lines are coming to Kenya to look for the youth whom they can employ. And they are looking for both the ones they call seafarers, they call them the ratings, wale watu ya mikono, housekeeping, DJs, they are looking for chefs, waiters, cleaners, those people who can do greasing in the machine, in the engine, and all that. And the opportunities are enormous. We are targeting to see whether we can get by 2027 250,000 youth employed in the shipping industry.
NYOTA project is a bottom-up economic transformation agenda flagship job creation initiative of the government of Kenya under the transformative leadership of His Excellency, the President, Dr. William Ruto, demonstrating his commitment and goodwill to address youth unemployment through practical, inclusive, and results-oriented interventions. In Kenya, every year, close to 1 million young people troop to our shrinking job market. Unfortunately, our market can only accommodate less than 200,000, leaving a huge deficit of about 800,000 struggling with livelihoods. The government, in partnership with the World Bank, has rolled out this multi-billion shilling project aimed at bettering the livelihood of vulnerable Kenyan youth by improving employability through skilling and expanding employment opportunities through entrepreneurship. NYOTA project seeks to benefit over 800,000 vulnerable young people across the country in all 1,450 wards aged between 18 to 29 years and up to 35 years for persons with disabilities. The project lays emphasis on 50% gender parity as well as inclusion of youth in gazetted refugee camps of Garissa and Turkana counties. The NYOTA initiative presents 3 pathways to job creation. 1, on-job experience. This seeks to provide youth with technical and socio-economic skills, on-job experience placement with master craftsmen, and employers to learn on job as they gain the necessary industry experience to boost their chances of getting retained or absorbed in the job market. This initiative targets 90,000 beneficiaries across the country. Number 2, recognition of prior learning. This pathway seeks to certify the skills of the youth who learned informally, for example, through work or self-taught experience. This pathway targets 20,000 youth across the country. Number 3, business support. This pathway targets to support the creation of at least 100,000 young entrepreneurs at 70 per ward through business development training and startup capital of 50,000 per beneficiary to grow sustainable enterprises. NYOTA also seeks to train 600,000 youth entrepreneurs on AGPO to increase and expand access to sustainable market by unlocking the AGPO opportunities. The project also promotes a sustainable savings culture among the youth through mandatory saving of 12% for both business support and on-job experience beneficiaries, which will be matched up if they continue building up on their savings. Savings serves to de-risk businesses and enhances social protection for the beneficiaries. The project leverages on the strides we have made as a country in mobile technology space to achieve equitable and fair distribution of resources and opportunities to the youth at the bottom of the economic pyramid. The application process is digital through zero-rated financial inclusion USSD channel *254# and can be accessed through the feature Mulika Mwizi or smartphones. In other words, it does not require internet for accessibilities. This forum, therefore, serves to rally you around this project and seek your support in mobilizing the potential beneficiaries who might have missed out on the opportunity during the initial application period to come forward and on board as we reopen the application window of the business support from today, midnight, that is 6th of October 2025, until 12th of October 2025. I wish to emphasize that NYOTA project is not just a pipeline for job creation, but also about hope, empowerment, and action. NYOTA is about giving our young people in this county the tools, the skills, and the confidence to shape their own future. It is also about demonstrating that entrepreneurs can be created and that there is no corner of this county devoid of economic potential, and neither is there a Kenyan who has no potential. I believe that is strongly entrenched in our bottom-up economic transformation agenda. A lot is being done across the government, both in basic education, TVET level, higher education, affordable housing, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Roads, and I would like to highlight some of the things that the government is doing so that we as Ngao go forth and preach what the government is doing so that we sensitize our people. We sensitize our people and also open up opportunities. Kazi Maju has very many components, and it's being run by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs under the diaspora component, also the Ministry of Labor and the State Department for Foreign Affairs. We are looking to getting as upwards of at least 1 million people working outside in the next few years. But this is not possible if we don't leverage with what, for example, this college has. This college is offering German language. I'm sure we are all aware that the Kenya government has already entered into MOUs with the German government. And we could leverage by encouraging our children to come here and study, among other things, the German language. I've encouraged the principal to offer, alongside the other courses he offers, Italian as a language. Because a student who has a hospitality skill, a skill in driving, a skill in technology, a skill in ICT, stands a better chance of getting those jobs. We need to have everybody absorbed into those jobs. On digital superhighway and the creative economy, the government has done phenomenally. The fiber optic connectivity has grown from 8,900 kilometers in 2022 to 13,590 kilometers in 2025. That is a 53% increase. Digitalization and automation, targeting 80% of the government services, has improved efficiency. By 2027, God willing, we'll have crossed the 100% mark. That is a game changer, and it is important that all of us be on board with it. There has been distribution of 11,420 digital devices in the Jitume Digital Enablement Program, and 1,100 digital trainers have been trained with digital skills. The expansion and adoption of CBET curriculum from institution has grown from 22 institutions to 241 institutions in the last 3 years alone. That is a 995% increase. The government has recruited 2,856 new TVET trainers, and we can leverage by getting as many people as possible to apply for jobs in the TVETs. On the issue of the labor migration, TVETs have contributed 598 trainees who have been interviewed from Mkulima Maju Initiative. The Mkulima Maju Initiative is a UK initiative where the UK government is seeking to employ as many Kenyans who are in the agro-business space. and have agrobusiness certification. The affordable housing pipeline now exceeds 700,000 housing units at different stages of the project cycle. As of September 2025, 3,171 units had been completed. 158,000 units are under construction. 15,849 institutional and staffing houses are also under construction. The government is rolling out and has rolled out already student housing projects at 50,767 and making the total number of units collectively which are under construction to close to 250,000. That's a phenomenal transformation in just under 3 years. With regard to agricultural transformation, the government has distributed over 51,000 goats to 10,000 households under livestock recovery and restocking initiative to help families rebuild herds post-drought. The National Livestock Vaccination Program, targeting vaccination of 22 million cattle against foot and mouth and disease and 50 million sheep and goats against pesticide ruminant disease, is already ongoing. Already, Kevevapi is producing vaccines in a GMP certified facility, contributing to the national health and food security. The tree planting initiative under the Greening Kenya initiative, the initiative has increased the planting and the growing of trees from 500,000 to 783 million trees, advancing the green and sustainable economy. I believe you're aware that, for example, Ngao alone, every first Friday of the month, they grow trees across the country. The State Department for Correctional Service has not been left behind. Every first Thursday of the month, we also plant trees. And moving forward, His Excellency has given clear directions that on 10th, we go back to our primary schools and plant fruit trees, so that moving forward, as many institutions as possible should have orchards. All institutions, actually, where there is a bit of space, they should have orchards for fruit trees. In terms of human capital development, 18 new national polytechnics have been constructed, have been established, increasing the total to 29. There has been launch of a recognition of prior learning policy in March 2024, and close to 6,734 candidates have been certified. Scholarships have been awarded to over 100,000 trainees and loans disbursed to over 152,000 people, totaling to 9.8 billion shillings in funding to support education access. Kiambu alone, in terms of roads, we have not been left behind in terms of the government allocation for us. Kiambu has road investments worth 117.7 billion. Last financial year alone, 3.4 billion was budgeted, and 3.1 billion will be funded for next year. Another 120 million shillings will be funded under the the Article 223. Which roads are being targeted for construction? Roiro Githunguri Uplands, the Exim North Nairobi Western Bypass, construction of Mau Mau Road Lot 1A, construction of Mau Mau Road Lot 1B, rehabilitation and improvement of Thika Mogumo Road, improvement of Kenyatta Road and Thika Road Junction, graveling of Ngewa, Kamoshege and Kagwe roads, and Gatukoyo and Matara roads. And these are just some of the initiatives that the government is undertaking. I know you've heard a lot about SHA, so I won't go into it. And I believe that if all of us take initiative and positively reflect what the government has done, we can be able to communicate effectively to our youth and get our youth to come on board and benefit from all these programs that the government is doing.